Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Students from around Lloydminster participated in a Black History Month essay contest, and one E.S. Laird student won second place with a paper about one of her idols. 8th grade student Shella Kahn received a certificate today for her essay about Sarah Nurse, the first Black woman to win an Olympic gold medal in ice hockey. Kahn enjoys writing these kinds of stories and used that passion to her advantage going against older students.
I'd always have this passion of writing essays and just writing stories, so this was actually easy for me, but I had to find more bigger words since I was competing with older students.
Kahn is a hockey player herself and met Nurse during a tournament in the Russ Robertson Arena. The interaction with the Olympian was a big reason she wrote this essay.
Hockey team to win it. It was the Good Deeds Cup. So she came to that in Russ Robertson a few years ago. So I think it was really cool since she was also the first Black woman to win an Olympic gold medal in the Olympics. So I think she really inspired me to make it.
Kahn hopes to compete in more essay competitions in the future. The 4-H Expo brings clubs of all kinds from Alberta and Saskatchewan to the Lloyd to show their projects. It's coming up in June from the 1st to the 3rd. Our Thomas Wildman has more with a preview of the event.
Today I'm joined by John Locke, the chairman of the 4-H Expo, which will be taking place here at the Lloyd coming up this summer. And so thank you so much for being with me today, John.
Happy to be here, Thomas.
And so for those who are unaware, John, what is the 4-H Expo?
So 4-H Expo is when all the clubs in our community all come together. We host it at the Lloyd and it's the 4-H clubs of it would be the greater Lloydminster area, I guess you can say, from both the Alberta and Saskatchewan side. They all come together as their own club and compete with their year-long projects, whether it's beef, sheep, light horse, crafts, canine. We have a plethora of projects that the kids have been in all year that they've signed up through with 4-H, and they come and compete as their club against the other clubs and individually against the other members of the other clubs.
And you mentioned that there will be clubs from the greater Lloydminster area. Exactly how many clubs are going to be there for the 4-H Expo?
So I believe there is 17 clubs in total that are coming, and that's right from the multi clubs that have different crafts or cooking projects or canine projects, right to the ones that are single project clubs like the light horse clubs or a few of the beef clubs are strictly those projects only. Yeah, I think there's 15 of them that are signed up to be coming to Lloyd Expo this year, so it'll be exciting to see them all come and be under one roof.
And so you mentioned all the variety of different clubs, so there will be various different disciplines on display. Just talk to me a little bit about where they're all going to be kind of located and what people are going to see at the 4-H Expo this year.
The one that takes up the most space and is the biggest number is the beef show. It would be usually we're considered, I don't know this for sure yet because we don't have our numbers of how many kids are coming and how many projects are coming, but traditionally we are one of the biggest ones in Canada, being hosted here in Lloyd, so that's always exciting. The beef wise takes up the most amount of space and has the most amount of people in it. Those projects are heifer, cow-calf, 3-year-old cow-calf, and steer. So in those disciplines, you can, if you took a female heifer calf, you show her this year, bring her back next year as a cow calf pair, and the year after that as a 3-year-old cow. The steers, you pick a steer in the fall, you hopefully get him to a finished weight, and then from there take him to the sale that'll be happening on the Monday of 4-H Expo, and sell them to whoever wants a deep freeze full of beef. Light horse would be our next biggest one. On Saturday, they compete in their equitation classes. That's showmanship, Western and English riding classes, I guess you can say, and then the Sunday they do all of the gymkhana, which is the ones that are more fun. In the multi side of things, there's the sheep. They'll be fairly good sized numbered again. Once again, with the sheep, you can have your sheep that's your female sheep, bring her in, show her first year. Next year, you can bring her back in as a mature ewe with her lamb this year. Year after that, bring her back again. And with market lamb, same thing as the steer. Pick them here in January, February, and bring them and sell them in 4-H. Get them to a finished weight and buy some. Hopefully, somebody can buy it and wants them for the deep freeze.
And so, John, you mentioned that these members will be selling these steers and lambs on Monday. If someone is interested in buying an animal and or buying maybe half or a quarter of an animal, where is the best place for them to get more information and get them set up to buy what exactly they're looking for?
Yeah, if somebody's interested in a beef or a lamb or half or a quarter or something, um, feel free to reach out to the Lloyd Exhibition office and talk to somebody there. We'll be more than happy to put you in contact with some of these leaders or with an abattoir, local abattoir or butcher shop in the area that is buying beef here at 4-H Expo, and we'll have absolutely no problems getting you guys in contact with anybody that needs their deep freeze filled up. So
Thank you so much for all the information, John, and good luck to you and the rest of the 4-H Expo committee on hosting yet another great show.
perfect. Thanks, Thomas.
Now, here are your agriculture prices for today. Staying active is hard to do for many busy Canadians, and working on your cardio is even harder when you're by yourself. Our Callum Hawker sat down with the director of a local running club, asking how they make it easy for the community.
I'm joined by Mackenzie Brown with the Lloydminster Runners, talking about some upcoming races coming to the border city and potentially running becoming more popular with the temperatures rising. Mackenzie, thanks so much for your time today. How are you?
Really good. Yeah, temperatures are getting better. Our running club hosted our first Couch to 5K night last night, and we had about 100 people show up. So when the weather does get warmer, running does get more popular. So I did want to say, just because we started last night doesn't mean it's too late. If people want to start a running lifestyle, join our program that's really about injury prevention and gentle progression into the sport. It's not too late. Hop on to lloydminsterrunners.com and you'll see a link for Couch to 5K there, and you can start your week one right away. In terms of races, we do have the Titanium 5K, 10K, and 21K coming up June 9th. So the reason we started the Couch to 5K right now actually is because it kind of lines up perfectly. So if you follow the program for the 9 weeks, we'll gently get you off the couch and into that running lifestyle. And if you want to, you're welcome to join, sign up for that 5K to celebrate your success.
Really cool. So if someone is interested in doing the Couch to 5K and potentially signing up for that big half marathon on June 9th, where do they go to sign up and how do they do it?
So the best way for the Couch to 5K is through our website, and you'll see a link. However, the club in general is organized through social media. So really through Instagram and Facebook, Facebook being the big one. On Facebook, you'll see our page, but also a group I recommend is the Lloydminster Runners Monthly Challenge group. And what that is, people post group runs on there, but there's also a challenge to keep yourself accountable. And you'll meet kind of like-minded people on there who every month kind of compete together, doing 3 runs a week to hold each other accountable and just add some fun to it.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. And also, have you seen a big spike in the running community since COVID, like a lot of the other sports we've been seeing?
So what's interesting is we've seen an increase basically every year in the running size of the running community. but COVID was the big spike. I think during COVID, people wanted to get out, and it's leveled off a bit, but it hasn't decreased. So yeah, it's probably more popular than ever in our community. And yeah.
That makes sense. And Mackenzie, how long has the Lloydminster Runners been operating for?
So the club was started in 2017 by the other director, Chris Bogue, who really was looking to organize people to be able to have some group runs, because long runs were getting up in kilometers. He didn't want to do them alone anymore. So it's kind of that's kind of where it started, and since then it's evolved into like just an organized club where we try to promote the sport, get people into it, hold each other accountable, and create a bit of a community.
I know you guys have a lot of races in place, but is there a weekly group for someone who maybe isn't as experienced in running and trying to get into the sport more?
For now, it's the Couch to 5K is the main one. So we meet, but all levels are welcome. And we meet 6 o'clock at BioClean Aquatic Center, and we run around the park. But if you hop in those Facebook groups, there's generally 2 or 3 other group runs being planned a week by various members of our community.
And lastly, Mackenzie, how would you describe the Lloydminster Runners as a whole?
You know, just that we are a welcoming group. Very few of us are elite. We're more just about being active, getting out there and having some fun. And we have people truly from all levels, and everybody is welcome.
Thanks again for your time today, Mackenzie. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun for you and the Lloydminster Runners this summer.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
And Callum Hawker joins us again with a second look at the weather.
Just a perfect time to, go for a jog and maybe, do the Couch to 5K. Join the Lloydminster Runners. They're an amazing club. Had a great chat with Mackenzie earlier. But like I said, 12 degrees here in Lloydminster. Wind actually picked up since I spoke to you guys last. It was 22 kilometers when I spoke to you earlier, but gone up to 28 kilometers. We do see the winds kind of, come in spurts here in Lloydminster, but looking at the day, it's been unbelievable. 12 degrees basically all day long. And as we look at the other regions here in Alberta and Saskatchewan, up in Athabasca, currently 14 degrees up there. Edmonton, a little colder at 13 degrees, but still great temperatures. Red Deer, 12 degrees. Rocky Mountain House and Edson are sitting at a comfortable 11 degrees. Out in Jasper, we're looking at 10 degrees there, and then 12 degrees up in Whitecourt as well. So pretty similar temperatures all around. And looking at the Saskatchewan side here, Meadow Lake up at 11, same with North Battleford and Saskatoon, while Prince Albert is at that 9-degree mark, and Melfort at 5 degrees. So a little colder out in Melfort, but pretty warm temperatures across the regions. And as we look over in Fort Chipewyan, 7 degrees over there. Fort Mac sitting at a comfortable 13 degrees. High level at 11 degrees as well. Peace River sitting at 12 degrees. Slave Lake is at 15, while Grand Prairie is at 14 currently. And then a little colder temperatures up in Uranium City, 2 degrees there. Stony Rapids is at 3. Wollaston Lake actually at that 0-degree mark. South End at 3. Flin Flon at 4. Laloche at 6, and Buffalo Narrows also at 6 degrees. And as we look across the travel forecast here, some great temperatures all around except for Isle Cross. High of 5 there tomorrow with some precipitation coming in at 65%, so probably an afternoon shower there. But starting at Meadow Lake, high of 12 degrees, maybe some morning showers, but should be pretty sunny after that. Bonnyville, a high of 15. A shower in the morning, but still pretty breezy overall. Provost, a high of 17. Maybe some clouds coming out throughout the day, but a really nice day tomorrow in Provost. And while Paradise Hill will have some rain in the morning and a high of 14 there. Looking at Murnum for tomorrow, high of 16, maybe a little breezy in the morning, but another nice day there tomorrow in Murnum. Pierceland, probably going to get some rain in the morning with a high of 13 degrees and some clouds. Unity, high of 15, maybe some breeze in the morning, but again, great weather we've been seeing across the region here. Wainwright, a high of 16 and some clouds coming in throughout the day, while Calgary will be a high of 15, mostly cloudy, but having some sunshine peek in throughout the day. That's all for your second look at our weather forecast. We'll have some more news with Leanne after the break.
I am speaking with the mayor of Cold Lake today, Craig Copeland. Craig, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we're talking about something that's fairly exciting for Cold Lake with the partnership that is being announced about the maintenance school for Cold Lake. What can you tell me about that?
Well, we've been working on it for a while with Portage College, so that's really exciting. So we're going to be getting the curriculum to be able to, provide this program for those that are interested. I mean, it's a really neat industry, especially here in Cold Lake, of course, with the fighter jets, but lots of work out there in North America for learning how to fix aircraft. And so, we're looking at not only the talent that Fort Wing has, where maybe they can provide to be a teacher, right? And so, but it also, a small trade school right in rural Alberta, I think is pretty going to be really popular rather than going, say, to the big cities and all the cost associated with going to a, big city to learn how to fix airplanes.
Right now, there's quite a bit of background work that's been going on over the past number of years. What has it taken to get the project to this level?
Well, what we did was we hired an expert on the field, and so she's been guiding us along, and so it's been actually pretty exciting. We've done a lot of work on the file quite quietly. We've gone to see where industry is actually partnering with colleges to provide the education, provide the instructors, but also walk right into a career in fixing aircraft. The demand is in Canada alone, I think it's about 700 vacant positions. And you just had that big announcement down in Strathmore on the de Havilland plane plant that they're going to be building. So, we're going to just put our toe in the water and build a small facility at the Cold Lake Regional Airport and start with that. But we're also, in communication with Fort Wing on this file. And the province and the federal government. So people are really interested in the venture. We're going to try to get it up and running in a couple of years. But we really wanted to have our partner Portage College as part of it because we have a great working relationship with Portage.
Aircraft maintenance engineering, I suspect there's a very specific curriculum for that, and I see that some money has been granted to the college for that. Can you tell me a little bit more about that whole side of things?
Sure. So how it works is it's kind of neat. You're actually going out and purchasing an existing curriculum, and so we're going to bring, why reinvent the wheel? And so we're going to purchase that curriculum and bring it to Cold Lake, so Portage can teach it. And then now it'll be just standing up the business entity, a building for the students to work out of, and then working with industry, the aerospace industry, to see if they want to partner in the venture because ultimately, of course, that is where the students will go and get work. And also, what we're finding is fixing airplanes is a really good trade for Indigenous students. They're very good with their hands. And so this is a real career that's very creative in terms of just your ability to fix small repairs in a tight area. And so we're really excited. We're going to be eventually working with First Nations communities to provide students to the college once we get it up and running.
I would suspect that having something like this in Cold Lake would also draw students from a little bit further afield as well.
Oh, absolutely. So, it's going to be a small building. There'll be a limited amount of students in the beginning, but yeah, it's exciting to bring in students. Portage is already doing that in our community. Students coming in and being part of the fabric of our community. So it's and they're also doing like a part of their programming that could be working right in the community as part of their course curriculum. So it does create this good vibe in our city. And so this is just going to be another component. When you stack up the cost of living, whether it's Cold Lake or Lloydminster or Vermilion with the small colleges, our cost of living here is much less than in Calgary or Edmonton.
Yeah, for sure. Well, lots of positives for Cold Lake right now, and I'm sure with you at the helm, it'll continue.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for your time today, Craig.
All right. You have a great weekend.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
We have a special guest joining us today on Primetime Local News. Josh Turner is here from the Blackstrap Glamping Resort. Josh, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I want to talk first of all about what glamping is. I think most people know, but just in case they don't, let's just talk about what the definition of glamping is.
Yeah, so the real definition of glamping is somebody took the words glamorous and camping and mushed them together and formed this new genre called glamping. So it's been around for a little while. I think the whole experience has just been elevated over recent years.
And not exactly roughing it, I guess, is the bottom line when it comes to
No.
this.
No, not at all. There's different levels of glamping that you can have. Some just a simple A-frame where you bring your own stuff. We took it to the next level, I believe, and you definitely have a luxury experience in the heart of nature.
Well, let's talk about the domes at the Blackstrap Glamping Resort. I've seen some of the photos and they look amazing. How many domes are there? And what if somebody books these when they come, what is the experience like for them?
Yeah, so right now we have four domes on the property. We're building two more for the spring. We're going to get cracking at that real soon. So each of the domes is actually bigger than people think. It's a 508 square feet inside. So you've got a large living space in there. Inside, you're going to find your own private bathroom. There's a plush king size bed. There's a mezzanine area. You have all your amenities inside with your kitchen. You have a toaster, coffee maker. We provide all that stuff for you. And it even has heated bathroom floors just in case your feet get cold.
So this obviously is a place where people come to relax, but if they want to take in nature and do some other things while they're there, what else can they do when they're on the site?
Yeah, Blackstrap's absolutely an amazing park. There's in the wintertime, there's lots of great snowshoe skiing trails. You can brave the mountain and get to the top of that. Lots of great ice fishing and having those experiences as well. Into summertime, um, again, Blackstrap really comes alive. We also own the tiki bar that's there, so we've got a fully licensed tiki bar serving up margaritas and pina coladas and Jimmy Buffett music, and you can come on down there. The beach has one of those inflatable water parks, so if you have the kiddos, they can go out there. Lots of great parks, lots of hiking trails. It's just a really beautiful spot.
And how far in advance do people have to book? I've heard that this sells out, or people are trying to book and it doesn't take long, and you might not be able to get that specific dome that you want, or even, get one if you're not on your toes, I guess. So, how far can people book ahead? And is there a spot still available for the spring and summer?
Yeah, the uptake on this has been absolutely amazing. It's blown our mind. We've been almost 100% occupancy since we've opened, which has been amazing. And then now all of our weekends are booked up into October, I believe, with maybe a few that are around there. During the weekdays, there are some spaces that are available, but again, for our July's and August is already at 80% occupancy. So it's yeah, people better jump on it really quick if you do want something for the summertime and just be a little bit more flexible with your plans.
So, where exactly is this located for those who are not aware?
Yeah, so we're in right in the heart of Blackstrap Provincial Park. So it's about 25 minutes from south of Saskatoon on Highway 11, just near the Dundurn town area there.
So if anybody's looking for information, whether they want to book this year or in the future, and just kind of one place where everything is, where they can see pictures and find out about the experiences, what's the best place to go to check that out, Josh?
We love sharing all of our experiences on our social media platforms. So our Instagram and our Facebook, we're very busy on those to share everything that's going on in the resort, all of the progress, some of our guest experiences, and all the new additions that's on there. So I definitely recommend people following us onto there. We've got some very exciting additions, including two barrel saunas that we just opened up on the resort, and so we're adding some really cool things here for the spring. So people definitely want to follow up on that.
Well, Josh, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. And this place looks so beautiful. It looks like a perfect place, especially if, we want to stay around in Saskatchewan and you don't have to travel too far, but you can still have an amazing experience. So thank you so much for joining me. And I wish you a great spring and summer.
Oh, thank you so much, and we look forward to hosting you out at the resort sometime this summer.
Well, if you don't want to miss a thing, you're in luck. Aerosmith have announced new dates for their rescheduled Peace Out tour. Aerosmith will return to the road September 20th in Pittsburgh, with the tour continuing into February of 2025. Band frontman Steven Tyler had fractured his larynx last year, postponing the farewell tour. The Toronto stop for the tour is on Tuesday, January 7th at Scotiabank Arena. Man, those guys are getting up there in age.
Yeah, but they're looking pretty well, and I'm sure a lot of people are super excited, about this as well.
Yeah.
A lot of music fans, so great band. That's going to be pretty exciting to watch.
Yeah, there's a Billy Idol tour coming up as well, I think, and just lots of old rockers going around. That's all we have for you this evening, so thank you for joining us and have a great evening.